Hey YouTube, welcome to the show. Today, while we're going to give these rugs a quick bath, I thought I'd talk a little bit about floor scrubbers. There was a comment made on one of my earlier videos about my equipment, and it kind of hurt my feelings, and I'm pretty sure that they were referring to how bad my floor scrubber, or 175, you may hear me call it a wall banger at times, how bad it looked. And it, like I said, it hurt my feelings. So after crying about it a little bit, I went out and bought this guy. This is a Tasky Ergo Disc 175, and I didn't buy it new, but this is a very nice and very expensive 175 that does almost exactly the same thing as my old ugly one does. It's just 3 inches bigger. It's got a foam generator, which I will likely never use. I bought it because it looks good, and appearance and the impact we have on our customers is important to me. So we went and bought this, and unfortunately I have yet to buy the heads to use it, and as you can see, my old brush won't fit. So we're going to scrub these Karastan wool rugs with the old ugly wall banger. And I thought I'd give some of the background story of this machine while we're scrubbing these rugs. These are Karastan rugs, made in America, machine woven. Both of these are a matching design. They belong to a local customer here. We see a lot of Karastan rugs in our area because they're made in North Carolina, so there actually used to be an outlet store for Karastan about 20 miles from here. That was open through the 80s and 90s when outlet stores were a big thing. So these are just getting a gentle bath with a nice fine fabric shampoo, and we'll rinse them out and then extract them dry. And as you can see, we're using the old Kent 175 floor scrubber that actually came from my father when I was a baby. He used to work for a certain company that had green vans, and when I was born he decided he was going to go out to work on his own. So he borrowed some money from a questionable group of people, because when you don't have credit or money, that's sometimes what you have to do. And he bought a Kent cold water extractor and a Kent floor scrubber, and that unit that he bought 38 years ago is the one I am still using today almost every day. Although we don't generally use it on carpet in home, we use it a lot on rugs in the shop, and we use it a lot for VCT work, stripping and waxing, or scrubbing and recoating, and you'll see it in a lot of our videos. And for 38 years old, yeah, it's looking a little rough around the edges, but every time I go to use it, it works. The cord is probably 20 feet shorter than it used to be as we keep tearing up the ends of it. And obviously the tank's been replaced a couple times, and I don't use the tank now because it leaks. But every time you plug it in and pull the trigger, it cuts on and scrubs. So although it's being replaced now with something that looks a little nicer, or at least as soon as I order a brush and a pad driver for it, it's still going to get used, probably at least on VCT, on and on. So I lost a little bit of footage on this rug. I'm not sure what happened. The camera cut off and cut back on or something. But the back and the front get the same thing. Right now I'm just trying to get the fringes out flat. Scrub, rinse, extract. And here I've already extracted the back and flipped it back over to the face for one last extract and acid rinse. And you might see a little bit of steam pop up. A lot of people are scared to use hot water on these wool rugs, but it is perfectly safe to use up to about 160 degrees on wool. And so that's exactly what I do. I have a thermometer on my wand, and we run it up to about 150 degrees rinse temperature. And that acid rinse, using Pro's Choice Last Step Acid Rinse, just to give it a nice soft feel and make sure we get any residue out of the rug. Of course, the shampoo I use on these rugs is an acid base, so it doesn't really leave any noticeable residue anyway. But this final pass, just to make sure we get it dry as can be, and this rug is going to be ready to dry out and it'll be done. So I just wanted to share with you today that little story about our scrubber. And I did go out and buy a new one. Looks way better. Got it from a supplier. I'll share a link below. They sell remanufactured equipment. Great deal. So thanks for watching.